Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Kanhai, and these are the top things that you should check on your motorcycle before you get out for a motorcycle ride. Right now, the Corona scene has been absolutely mind fucking scene. I've been, wanting to ride my motorcycle for the past 2.5 months. I was absolutely itching, and I'm sure most of the bikers are. But fortunately, I went home yesterday. I got my motorcycle, and finally today morning I nicely washed it up and everything, and I went for a nice 20-kilometer ride. It was absolutely fantastic with no people on the road and everything. So yeah, the ride was great. However, once there was small things of checklist that I checked before I started riding the motorcycle, because when your motorcycle stands for a long time, like in the same place, there are some things that can go wrong, some things that just are wear and tear and everything. So I'll just go through a short list of everything. Maybe at the background of this video I'll keep telling you. So yeah, so when your motorcycle is standing for a very long time, the first things that you should really check are like the most obvious thing that can go wrong is going to be the battery, right? Now the battery generally drains at about 5% of your battery drains out every day if your bike is just standing. But fortunately for me, I just installed a new battery like a month before the lockdown. So when I went home, I took my driver along because I was expecting the bike will have no battery and I'll have to push start and everything. But it just simply started like nothing happened with a single push start. So great quality Triumph. So yeah, that was great. But in my case, the bike started. In 50% of the cases, the motorcycles are not going to start when they have been standing for a good 2.5 months. So you will want to check your battery. The most easiest way is to simply turn on the key, press the horn, and if the sound changes, you definitely have a battery problem. So if you want to resolve this, you just start your motorcycle, go out for a good 10-15 kilometer ride so that the battery charges up again, and this whole cycle starts again. Or you can simply call in your local mechanic or local garage guy and give him the battery. He'll have it fully charged and sent back to you in 3 hours, and you're sorted. So yeah, batteries will be going out. Second thing is, most of the rubber parts, especially the soft rubber parts, are going to be affected because your bike has been standing for a long time. Now these include your tires and your suspension oil seals. Now remember, both these materials are very soft rubber, right? So what happens is, if they are not flexing every day due to regular use, they tend to become hard and have a hard shape in the same position. So the next time you go out for a ride, say if you have a very hard rubber on your fork oil seals and you go out for a off-road ride after 2 months, chances are the rubber is going to crack up and you'll have oil seal, broken oil seal, and all the oil being spilled onto your disc, which is even more deadly. So if you have oil on the disc, there is no friction. If there is no friction, your bike is not going to brake basically. So that is how it works. So check on the rubber. There should be no cracks on the tires. If you see cracks, it's probably time to change the tire. If you see a broken oil seal, it's not something you can fix at home unless you know how to entirely rebuild a suspension. But I'll suggest you just go to the service center, get the oil seals, issue resolved, and you will be sorted. This and the third thing that can happen to your bikes when they stand for such a long time, especially in coastal areas. If you stay close to the sea, like a good 50-100 kilometer radius from the sea, you are going to have a lot of rust. Now things that can rust are almost all metal parts, your disc, and most important is your brake caliper cylinders. What happens is, if this cylinder is what pushes the brake pad against the disc, and if it has rust on the outside, it is going to get stuck in the caliper, and no matter how hard you try to brake, because it is stuck, the brake pad is not going to grab hold onto the brake disc, and the braking system is going to be compromised. So make sure there's no rust on the disc, and make sure there's no rust on the cylinder of the calipers. Make sure all the rubbers are working fine, the tires and the suspension. Make sure your battery is well charged. And the last thing is, because your bike has been standing for so long, right? A good 2 months is not a small time. What is going to happen is, the entire oil in your engine is going to drip down into the oil sump, and it's collected there. And for the past 2 months, there has been no movement of oil. So basically, all you have on every engine part is a very thin layer of oil. That's it. So what you want to do is, once you start your motorcycle, keep it running on idling for a good 10-15 minutes. You will see that the first time you started, this engine sounds a little rough. That's because all the oil is drained out. So the oil pump is again started. It started circulating oil. Give it a good 5 minutes of idling time. let the entire oil be pumped, let the coolant system start working. Once it's just sounds perfectly fine, rev it up for another 2-3 times. If everything looks good, just simply go for a long drive. So that is the best way to get rid of the issue. However, if there is something even more wrong with your bike, you will instantly notice it in that 5-minute idling time, because either you'll notice that it is making a weird noise, you'll notice that it is not revving as fast it should be. Chances are that if some of the super bikes that have ram air intakes, their intakes might be choked, plugged, or anything can happen. Yeah, so these are the top 5 things I'll say are the most important. Other than that, a motorcycle is basically a machine. So there's nothing really that can go very wrong by just standing at one place. So hope you guys, get the point of the video. Hope you guys don't have any issues with your bikes. If you do, just drop down a comment, I'll reply. And see you in the next video. Have a good time. Ride safe. Bye.